You've felt it before. That strange, quiet certainty that something is about to happen, a phone call, a turn of events. We often dismiss it as coincidence, a trick of memory playing connect the dots after the fact. But what if it's not a trick? What if your body is picking up a signal? In laboratory settings, this isn't just a feeling. Subjects hooked up to skin conductance sensors show a measurable physiological stress response seconds before being shown a disturbing image chosen at random by a computer. Their bodies knew what was coming before their conscious minds and before the computer had even made its choice visible. This phenomenon, called presentiment, suggests our biology is operating on a timeline slightly ahead of our conscious perception. Your heart is a key player. Studies in heart rate variability, the tiny fluctuations between beats, show that the heart's rhythm changes in anticipation of future emotional stimuli. It's not just about being startled. The pattern of change is different for a pleasant surprise versus an unpleasant one. This implies the body isn't just bracing for impact, it's receiving specific information about the nature of the future event. It's less like an alarm and more like a very faint early weather report for your emotional state. How could the body possibly know? The answer may not be in classical biology, but in the substructure of reality itself. Some physicists and neuroscientists propose that consciousness is not purely a product of classical neuron firing. Instead, it might emerge from quantum processes occurring within microtubules, the protein scaffolding inside our neurons. This is where things get strange. In the quantum world, particles can become entangled, linked in such a way that they act as one system, regardless of the distance separating them. What if our consciousness at this quantum level can become entangled not just across space, but across time? This idea forces a radical reevaluation of time itself. Our intuitive sense is of a flowing river, where the past is gone and the future doesn't exist yet. But a compelling model in physics, the block universe, suggests something different. It posits that all of time past, present, and future exists simultaneously and is equally real. Imagine it like a loaf of bread. Your consciousness is experiencing one slice, which you call now. But all the other slices, yesterday's and tomorrow's, are already there, part of the complete loaf. In this model, the future isn't something that will be created. It is a landscape that already exists. If the future landscape exists, could information from it travel to us? This concept is called retrocausality, where an effect can precede its cause. While it sounds like science fiction, it's a serious interpretation of experiments like the delayed choice quantum eraser. In these experiments, a choice made in the present appears to influence an event that has already happened in the past. Information seems to flow backward in time. Perhaps premonitions are not powerful psychic visions, but incredibly weak signals, quantum information, leaking from future events back to the present. Your brain isn't a magical crystal ball. It's a sensitive biological instrument, catching the echoes of tomorrow's causes. Our conscious mind is a master of filtering. It discards nearly all the sensory data we receive to prevent us from being overwhelmed. That feeling of the wind on your skin, the hum of the refrigerator, the pressure of your chair, it's all there but ignored. What if these faint retrocausal signals are part of that ignored data stream? They wouldn't be perceived as clear thoughts or visions. They would manifest as a vague uneasiness, a sudden unexplained idea, or a gut feeling. It's your subconscious, the part of your brain that processes everything, acting as an antenna and nudging your physiology long before your conscious self has any idea why. So let's treat future events not as abstract possibilities, but as physically real, though currently inaccessible, parts of space-time. A future car crash or a winning lottery ticket are not just ideas. In the block universe, they are arrangements of matter and energy at a different temporal coordinate. Consciousness, operating at the quantum level, is not strictly bound by classical, local physics. It might be fundamentally non-local, capable of interacting with or sensing the informational structure of these future physical events, however faintly. That feeling of dread isn't magic. It's your system's detection of the faint informational ripples preceding a significant, disruptive event in space-time. This reframes so much of our inner experience. What if déjà vu is not a memory glitch? What if it's the moment your present experience perfectly aligns with a faint precognitive echo you received days or weeks earlier but never consciously processed? The eerie familiarity is the feeling of that faint signal suddenly coming into sharp focus, a song you didn't know you knew. Our perception of a linear, unfolding time may simply be a product of our biological evolution, an interface that helps us navigate a far more complex and interconnected reality. You aren't just moving into the future. In a very real sense, the future is constantly echoing back to you. Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.